Hi, welcome to another Born Cold gold farming video. I posted a video yesterday that was just a quick little mock-up that I got from from the live stream of this Sra'vess gold farm in 6.0.2 post the WoD patch. This video is pretty much the same thing, it's just the quality is a million times better. And I did the farm a few times, so it's just it's better put together, and it's I obviously get more treasures because the way it works is the more you do the farm, the more comfortable you get with it. And I had done this farm obviously tons and tons and tons of times, before the patch, but a lot of things changed for arcane mages, and I'll go over that really quick, just for any of you arcane or just mage farmers. Now, one of the things you'll notice here is how I'm taking less damage. Now, our first tier talent called I call it Evanescence, but I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but it's Evans, whatever, however you pronounce it. Either way, what it does is it makes you invulnerable to attacks for 3 seconds, but you are still able to attack. So basically, what it does is it gives you a 3-second window to not take any damage and to put out as much damage to your targets. The whole point of that talent is to have a defensive ability but stay on the offensive. Now, this is great for gold farming because the whole point is not to stop, right? You basically want to just put out as much damage as you can and just keep going and take as little damage as possible. So, am I 100% happy that they got rid of the evocation heal? No, of course not. But this talent makes it a lot better. And also the glyph of regenerative ice, which heals you in ice block. I don't think that glyph's even live yet, but I think as far as WoD goes, that'll make it interesting. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to leave this still in Mr. Pandaria, but 6.0.2. So, one of the biggest things you want to be doing is using your shield, your ice barrier on cooldown, but also if you see here, well, actually I didn't use it right here, but you see, actually this is a good example. I took way too much damage here because I didn't keep the Evanescence on cooldown like I should have, and I used it in a situation that I actually did not need it, but that's okay. So see here, I'm going to pull all these guys and kill them all. I believe I'm going to cannibalize right now. Let's find out. And that's another big thing that I noticed. Yeah. If you see here, I use our Amplify Magic talent, which is a raid-wide kind of buff to healing. It increases healing all sources by 10%. Now that includes all your mage / race heals. So if you're Janai, it would be Gift of the Naru, which I have not tested, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty useful for this if they buffed it a little bit, like I believe they were going to. But as far as undead goes, cannibalize has become so much more important than it ever was. I mean, it's almost a racial that I really couldn't live without for gold farming. You'll see I'll use it multiple times. But either way, if you saw there when I healed, I popped Amplify Magic and I popped Cold Snap, which is the 30% heal, and then I cannibalized. What that does is it's pretty much automatically going to get you to full health because it's plus 10%, right? So that's a 40% heal from Cold Snap or so, and then the cannibalize, the first 2 ticks of it will also get that 10% buff. So if it doesn't get you to full health, it's going to get you extremely close. Now, one thing people were worried about with this farm was whether or not this whole system that you get less loot the more times you kill a mob in a certain area was going to affect it. It does not affect this area. I have not tested any other areas, whether it be the Vale or whatever, but as far as this area, Sra'vess goes, it's fine. If you see here, I popped Evanescence there to kind of take less damage and kill off this guy. Now, the biggest thing I can say, and this is something I'm getting more and more used to as I stream the gold farming content more and I just do the farm over and over again, I'm getting way more comfortable with where exactly I'm using the Evanescence talents and the ice barrier and saving my cannibalize for certain times. Same with Cold Snap. which over time you'll get more and more used to, but I give you, a basic rundown of the good spots to use it if you watch this video. And if you see here, I use Nether Tempest the same way I used to, as just a pull. It comes off the mobs now. If you guys, didn't know, it only stays on one target. So if you see here, I put it on one mob, put it on the other. Now what that does is it's still going to do AoE damage to all the mobs around it though. So Nether Tempest is much more important for the pull, in my opinion. The damage obviously is very nice, don't get me wrong. But when you see here, I popped the Amplify Magic, cannibalized about 3 to 4 ticks of it, got the buff from Amplify Magic, so it restored a heck of a lot of health. Anyway, so Nether Tempest is used, for the pull, right? So see here, I'm going to pull this guy, pull that guy, and the cool thing about it is it's going to do damage to the guys around it, so it's going to pull everybody. You see here, I'm going to pop Evanescence so I don't take the damage, and I'm just going to kill off all these mobs. So the farm, as far as mages, has changed a good amount. As where we were, I was basically able to kind of just run into everything, deal with it with evocation heal and heal up to full, and just just basically face roll everything. There's a much larger I guess skill cap, you could say, on at least mage farming. I don't want to speak on other classes because I don't I don't main those classes, I don't farm on them, but as far as a mage in the pre-WoD patch 6.0.2 goes, your movement and your cooldowns are more important than they've ever been. You have less bloat abilities, which is awesome. I will say awesome. Props to Blizzard, you did a great job on taking out a lot of bloat. I don't agree that Flame Strike needed to go, but obviously they basically want Arcane Fire for us to do specifically those attacks. One thing you will notice, I'm using Glyph of Cone of Cold here, and that's actually still a big thing on that note of frost spells, fire spells. If I'm gonna see, this is a perfect example. I was taking a lot of damage there, so I wanted to distance myself a little bit, so I Cone of Cold them, and I kind of jump back a little bit, so they're still in my Arcane Explosion range. However, they're moving slowly, and they stay far enough that they can't melee me. That's super important. So if you see here, I'm pretty much going to do all the same stuff. I'm going to go really low here, but I have the Cannibalize on cooldown, so that's okay. So we're just going to pop that up, and you're going to see me pop Amplify Magic right now, and then Cannibalize. And it's going to be a big heal. All in all, I'll say that I'm happy with 6.0.2. And I'm not happy they took away, our biggest heal through evocation, but, like I said earlier in the video, Evanescence is such a cool talent. If you guys have any direct questions about, anything else within the farm, feel free to ask. Leave a comment below, send me, Twitter message, or just tweet at me, and definitely follow me on Twitch at BornCold, or twitch.tv/BornCold. Born stream for the Twitter, and I'll roll the music and let you guys enjoy the rest of the farm. Sped up a little bit. Take it easy. What's up? Glad you liked the video. This is the end of the video here. Our potion just went up, so I'm going to go over really quick. You see me opening the plunder treasures here. Now, you're going to get the same stuff that you've been getting from this farm. Now, something I noticed from the farm, well, you know, pretty much everybody knows, your bag seems to, well, your bag takes up, the items take up less space in your bags. Cloth stacks to 200, so cool, or stacks higher. So it's going to be a lot better for those of you guys that you know, like to farm for an hour at a time, you know, however long it is. You're going to see here, after I open my plunder treasures, there's going to be a ton of room in my bags. So you can go 20 minutes, open all your treasures, and then, you know, go again. If you see here, I'm going to open all of them up, and I got a good amount of treasures there. What I was getting before the patch would be between, I'd say, 50 and 60. Pretty much every farm. By the end of the night last night, when I had, I want to say, almost perfected the route with the new patch, I was getting about 50 again. So I may be able to do better. We'll see as time goes by, for sure. See here, we're going to open it up. Now, honestly, it almost, to me, it almost looked like I was getting less, but you know, when you look at the stack sizes, everything is really about the same as it was. So as I said earlier in the video, that system that everyone was worried about where you were going to get less loot over time, if that is in play, it, you know, does not affect this area, and everything was good to go. You see what I got here from the farm, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Take it easy.